On Robin's Envision this week, Martin Allen on his previous meeting with Sven, Lee Ridley on finding his feet at left back and his voice, and Elvis Hammond on why Sol Campbell is old news. First up, we speak to Martin Allen, who was delighted with Tuesday night's performance despite the 2-1 defeat by Shrewsbury, and is looking forward to a second meeting with Sven.
It's the first time, I think, as I said after the game, that we've imposed ourselves on the opposition and dominated the game. We've watched the DVD, and you sit back afterwards and sit back and say, well, how did we lose that game? But individual errors, sometimes you have to hold your hands up and say they are going to happen at this level, and take it on the chin and go on to the next one.
Do you feel that there's a bit of pressure this weekend because you're at home against Notts County, and a lot of people will have only looked at the result Tuesday, so if they just see, well, Cheltenham lost again, they might not realise how well you played, so is there a bit of pressure to end that losing streak now? No, just performance. Concentrate on what we're doing, and to the outside world, the people that don't come to football, or the couch potatoes who want to sit there and criticise, or Harry Hindsight, those types of people that always afterwards say you should have done this and should have done that. If you'd have been there, as we all were, then you had to pat the players on the back. It was a fantastic effort, and I think all those supporters, especially the ones I've bumped into over the past couple of days, and I've seen probably half a dozen to 10 people that have given me a tap on the shoulder, said the team played great last night, well done. And I feel exactly the same about the players, and I'm sure the players feel exactly the same about their own performances, and they should take a lot of self-belief and confidence from that game, and now take it on to the next one. You ever met Sven before, Martin?
I met Sven once. I was very lucky to be voted London Sports Personality of the Year. BBC London Sports Personality of the Year when I was manager at Brentford, and I went to the big dinner for the BBC Awards, Sports Personality for the Nation or whatever it was. And I introduced myself to Sven, but he didn't know the old Brentford were. He certainly didn't know me. And at the time we were flying, and I sort of just didn't even shake his hand, just said nice to meet you, and sort of walked off with my towel between my legs a little bit. I doubt if I'll meet him on Saturday, but I think he's been a great manager. He's done. If you read his book and seen what he's actually done in his career, he got a lot of criticism when he was England manager, but I thought he'd done a fantastic job, and got massive respect for him, and he's been so successful, not only at the big clubs that we all know about, but when he first started, he started right at the bottom, and he's worked his way all the way up to the top, and I think he's done a fantastic job, and I think it's very brave of him going to Notts County. And I think it's great for football. I think it's great for Division 2. That they've taken on that responsibility and putting himself on the line at a club in Division 2. So I've got a lot of respect for him.
Elvis Hammond, what can you say about this man? Probably the coolest man in football, really. And I don't think you've seen the best of Elvis yet, because he's got so much ability the way he goes past players. He kind of glides past, but I call him the eel, because he's a slippery old character when he goes down the line. And he's had a good career so far in football. I think he's played in the Premiership, and I think he's a good asset to Cheltenham Town Football Club. But I know he'd like to score more goals, because I've had him given treatment on his ankle. But he's over his ankle injury now, so all we can say, get the goals, Elvis, and push yourself on. But he seems to be Mr. Cool of the club with Elvis. Funny old character, Elvis, but you've got to get to know the guy to know him properly.
Plenty of goals in pre-season, and you started the season in good goal-scoring form, and how keen are you to get back on the goal trail, Notts County, this Saturday?
Well, I'm always keen to get back to the goals and that, because as a forward, that's what you're there for, to score goals and that. And then when you don't score goals, it's frustrating. So the sooner as I start scoring goals, the better for me and the team.
Barry's did a stint out wide and in midfield, and Justin's been playing out wide quite a bit. Are you sort of waiting for the time when you get to play, we'll start a game out wide, or you just want to stay down the middle as much as you can?
I prefer down the middle. I'm not. Well, if I have to do a job, there, I'll have to. But I'm not looking. I'm not looking to play out wide at the minute, not at all, because I prefer to play down the middle.
You're almost disappointed that Sol Campbell's not playing, because it would be quite nice to I'm not sure if you played against him before when you were at Fulham, but it'd be nice to play against players like that, wouldn't it?
I played against him before, so either way it didn't bother me. So.
Oh, been in the Prem, have we? Yeah, early as well. No!
So it didn't really bother me, so,
And obviously Sol's not going to be there, but they have signed some other good players, and they've scored a lot of goals. They haven't had it all their own way this season, but they've scored a lot of goals, haven't they, Notts County?
No, they've had like an up and down start of the season because they've scored a lot of goals and lost a few games and that, so that's a bit weird. So it's like topsy-turvy, so hopefully we can seize on that and then try and get a win and start the ball rolling.
Yeah, I know you've got a reputation as quite a laid-back character. Did you have much to say after the Aldershot game, when I know there was a bit of a dressing room debate after the game?
Talk is cheap, as they say, but it's actions speak louder than words, so it's what you go and do on the pitch that counts, because anyone can rant and rave, and I'm not that kind of guy anyway, so no.
Do you sort of tend to just keep yourself to yourself in the change room and focus on getting yourself ready for the game? And
after the game I tend to do it, but if I'm in the game and I'm not getting the ball, then I'll make noise and that, but obviously everyone's disappointed at the result and that, but everyone handles it different, so no, I'm different from that.
Hello? Lee Ridley? No, I'm not having him.
Are you getting chased or what?
No, not today. It's swimming. What can I say about Lee Ridley? He's northern and he thinks a lot. He thinks too much, to be honest. Not having him one bit today. A bit upset. I hurt my head in my sleep, so that's why I'm wrapped up. Anyway, speak to you soon. Love you. I can't be bothered any banter.
Notts County this weekend, it's one of those games that I'm sure, whether you like it or not, everyone's probably going to have their eye on, aren't they? It's going to have that little bit of extra attention on it because all the hype around them over the summer and since then.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's always a bit of a media circus with Notts County this season, and probably fortunate that Sol ain't going to be playing. So, but yeah, they're going to have some good players. They're going to have some good players, so it's going to be a tough game for us, but one we'll be looking forward to.
Yeah, Sol isn't there now, but
You see my chair?
Welcome, Julian.
Has anybody seen my chair? I've left my chair. Oh my God! Sorry, but what are you wearing? If this camera could see just his jumper, oh my word. If you see my chair, tell it I'm looking for it.
You think they're one of those clubs where everyone's going to lift it a little bit just instinctively because of how much money they spent?
Yeah, that's right. I think they're going to be a bit of a target. They're going to be a bit of a target and a bit of a scalp for teams this year.
Did you want anything, Ridley?
I'm alright, mate, thanks. Yeah, so there'll be a bit of a scalp and maybe teams will sort of lift it met with their sort of cup final, but we don't see it as that really. It's just another game. Obviously they've got some good players, as some of the teams in this division have, so we'll be looking to go out and give a good performance.
Players have been moved around fast to play in different positions, and I know you had a bit of that last season, but you're probably one of the few players that started every game in the same position this season, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a bit weird playing 10 games in a row at left back, but yeah, last season. I mean, we've got a lot of versatile players here, really. Josh has been filling in at right back well and doing a good job. And obviously, Gallagher, he can play 3 or 4. Same with Birdie. So, but I think he's probably more happy that he's got himself back in centre midfield. So, yeah, I think it's key when you've got small squads to have players that can play in a few positions. It does help, and when there is a sort of little bit of an injury crisis or struggling with the position,
your voice will have recovered so you can bark in orders for everyone on Saturday.
Hopefully, I think it's maybe come from too much shouting on Tuesday night, but at least it wasn't at the referee, so that's what it normally comes from. But yeah, hopefully it'll disappear.
For all the latest news on Cheltenham Town, visit thisisgloucestershire.co.uk or read The Echo every day, apart from Sundays. This is John Palmer for Robins in Vision at Seasons Training Ground. Yeah, Sol's not there, but they've signed a lot of good sort of players that have been playing at League One